Switching gears now to something quite interesting. I'm sure you are quite interested in that, in this topic that we're going to talk about. Mr. Tony Wachuku is a public affairs analyst and a member of the People's Democratic Party, PDP. There have been issues in the PDP lately with a whole lot of stakeholders in the party asking for Damagun to be, released from his seat, more or less resign from his seat. And that has dovetailed into some other discussions relating to how the party has failed in the last election. So we'll, x-ray that and talk about other issues as relates to the polity. Mr. Tony Wachuku, thank you so much for joining us. Good morning.
Yeah, good morning, all.
Welcome.
It seems there's a crisis in your party. And that also, people say that because of that crisis, it led to the loss of the elections that happened over the weekend. How are you reacting to that?
My reaction to that is simple. The truth is, whether there's crisis, yes, there's crisis everywhere. Even in APC, you have crisis. Even in Labour Party, you can see they're also enjoying their own. NMPP is not left out. And what you see is playing out is interest of various people there. Someone asked me this morning, before I even came here, what do I think is the problem in PDP? I say the problem in PDP is that PDP went for government of national unity without the consent of majority of their chieftains, that's the board of trustee members, the entire national working executive and the working committees, and there are key stakeholders. We're aware of those that lost their governorship elections, those that ran for House of Reps and lost. These are the stakeholders in the party at that national level. So, and the issue is PDP, did APC form national government? The answer is yes. Was Damagun aware of it? Yes. Did he disclose it to his party? No. So that's the crisis, And what you're seeing in PDP is a sustained Wike resistance, because he continued to believe that probably he won the PDP presidential primary that was truncated by his colleague from Sokoto State. Well, politics is a business of interest. And then, like Kenny Rogers would say, you don't count your money until the game is up. Don't check your profits until the game is up. And
but there are concerns that Damagun is from the position, because the person who left before Damagun came was from the North Central.
That's Yocha.
Yes, Yocha Ayu. So that he's not from the North Central, that they needed to balance that position by asking him to come down to the for him to resign, so that they will have that space for North Central to take shape. And even the 2027 elections also around the corner, and many persons have been saying that opposition parties are not united, and we might not see that coalition that happened in 2014, where APC used that opportunity to beat the PDP. With what you have seen in the Edo states and PDP, which is one of the biggest opposition in the country, losing to the APC, do you see a clear sign that APC may be coasting even to victory in 2027?
Already they are coasting home. Already APC is coasting home, unless there's something extraordinary that the rest of the politicians could do. If they don't do that, PDP, APC, all these parties, I'm afraid we may just see a situation where all the political parties may endorse the APC presidential candidate as their sole candidate. We saw this when...
Isn't that dangerous? What's the implication of that if that happens?
The implication of that is that some people already are in China, they're understudying Chinese democracy, and then they want to come back here. Immediately they come back, they're through with that, you begin to see the applications. I think there is need for PDP National Assembly members, Labour Party, their governors, and all whatnot, that they should meet first. It's not an issue of, I discussed with one of my friends, those years when we served Obasanjo, one of my friends, Dr. Knight, I asked him a simple question. He said, that year will be na wahala. I said, well, that's the nature of Igbo man.
Why is that?
We don't agree early. We like it late. So now that everybody has gone to Edo, he called me and said, but I'm seeing I'm seeing your prediction. I said, that one is small. 3 states, they will take it. And if they take it, where are they heading to? They're heading towards what I call drastic constitutional amendment. That is where the APC is heading to, for a drastic constitutional amendment. They will amend Section 7 of the Constitution, Section 7 and 8, Section 162, 5 and 6.
What for exactly?
What for is to review the local government system, possibly reposition it, and possibly give it a new tenure system, and then take it away completely from the state government, from state assemblies' purview.
Supervision.
Because they are the people that make laws for the governance of the local government system. So that's exactly what they're doing. So if they have 24 governors now, that's the plan, they're in control of the 24 states, then it will be easier. No, they don't need PDP or Labour or whatever government to House of Assembly to endorse what they want to do. So and once they do that, you will see also that they will bring the local government system to the, what do you call it, INEC elections strata level. Key it in so that all of them will enjoy. So that is not just the issue. The next issue is that most political parties, it's a chess. It's a serious chess game. And I've told people that our president has in mind, he has his own mind. I keep telling you that these sufferings might not end too soon. That it's going to stretch and that they want to develop Nigeria. They want to make Nigeria one fantasy island and things like that. And then that's his view. But granted, and thanks to God that Mrs. Akerele, Bucknor, have told Nigerians that this man doesn't listen to any human being. So once he's set out, he's set out. And then he's set out already. If you want to see that, you can watch the video, the little video that circulated on the show. How is this?
Right.
Very well. This and that. Things like that. So PDP should just wake up. But that crisis, Demagogue, should sacrifice for Nigerians. I watched him address the press. On Edo election issue, he rejecting that election and things like that. It is part of the internal crisis of the PDP that made it not to work.
What internal crisis was that?
Yes. You see, if we had one PDP that zeroed in their campaign, for instance, you could hear a PDP former governor and a PDP representative in the government of national unity, which APC formed, that's Wike, telling his party that he chose to be on the quiet side. Do you understand? So, I think that before Demagogue, or whatever his name is, before he addressed the press, he should have first addressed the issue of those PDP members that joined the APC national government. In fact, I expected him to say that whatever deal we have with APC, we have pulled out. That should be part of the anger. And if they have pulled out, because people continue to complain that there is a deal, that he received the letter, and he sealed it, and he sent nominees, one of which is Wike.
Wike said he wrote to the PDP
Beautiful.
leadership,
So,
which they approved.
If they did, now it's time to pull it back. pull out from that national unity because already it's eating up your party. Is it not clear that it's eating up the party? It's eating up the party. That is the truth.
What will happen if PDP decides to expel Wike? Because it does look like PDP is looking at, under the leadership of Damagun, PDP is looking at the other side of the reaction that comes with expelling Wike. Wike have said no governor can challenge him, giving what he has done for the party in Rivers State and helping them win other, election, especially Edo State in 2020.
There's somewhere there is confusion. There is a constitutional confusion because the party constitution clearly made it clear that for you to be suspended in the party is a function of your word.
Okay, I mean,
for you, it could not be anti. There are other categorized misconducts. Mm-hmm. For one of which is reneging from service of the party. Mm-hmm. Because the party expected Wike to come to Edo and campaign, but Wike is saying it's the governor that asked him, not the party. So the party did not draft him in. So if you did not draft him in, so why are you condemning the election? That is for Damagun. Mm-hmm. So a whole lot of things changed and got damaged. And then, if Edo is gone, Oyo will be gone before 2027. And a lot of states. Ondo is APC state. Mm-hmm. I think we have 3 states. There's election is going to take place. Believe you me, if PDP does not wake up, they will take it. And you know that one of the eating bugs or biting bugs within PDP is that PDP on its own is a democratic party that have reneged from democratic practices. They no longer embrace it. They believe now in writing name. In fact, PDP with respect is the first indigenous Nigerian party that resorted to selective system, to nominative and selective system or practice within the party.
So you feel
instead of allowing people, your members, to do whatever to elect and things like that, you have delegates. You have the one at ward that requires members of the party to do that. But those things are not done. Papers, names are just written, groups, gangs. They have too many gangs in the party, so it's a problem.
So there are dynamics to this whole thing. I mean, we have the Rivers State dynamics. The Rivers State governor, the local government chairman who have been nominated to conduct, to flag the party's flag, to fly the party flag for the October 5th elections in Rivers State, have moved, they are all moved to APP. Those are the ones that are loyal to the Similae. Yeah. And Similae hasn't moved to the APP. So it does mean that because the structure more or less belongs to Rivers State governor, the former Rivers State governor, that means that it is possible that the governor of the state might be giving tacit support to those loyal to him who have moved to the APP. So I'm wondering how this will play in the dynamics of politics, especially with the leadership of the PDP.
It is still a blame to Damagun, the national chairman of the party. Whatever may be the understanding he has with Nyesom Wike, he should take a look at the overall interest of the party. He's a Northerner. And I guess a Filani, for that matter. So he should place the party first. With due respect, when we were carrying materials for registration of PDP 1998, 1999 to INEC, people like me didn't believe that things that is happening in PDP could happen. This things began with the superficial Nene and few others that felt that had the ears of President Obasanjo then and things like that. And then people were crying. And then people saw this thing. And with due respect also, I blame Atiku for these antecedents. Because as a Democrat, he had the opportunity of running for that at the second term presidential election. And by now, if he did that, PDM would have introduced what they call real democratic practice system. Why? Because it is the crux of PDM, that is the People Democratic Movement members, that actually fought the military. In conjunction with, former Vice President, late of blessed memory, Alex Okweme, and some others. So there's no way you go to the bush and you kill a meat, an animal, and you come out and dash it to another person. So this is the problem. That's the foundational problem. And it is not late. The only thing Damagun can do for PDP is not just to step aside, but accept, pull yourself out of that government of national unity, pull the party out of it, and then discuss with your family. Don't fight Atiku Abubakar. Don't fight any other person, but revive the party to contest side by side. PDP is the largest party in Nigeria. That is the truth. PDP is the only political party in Nigeria that is in every ward. APC, it took them 8 years to find their reflections in the wards. And then as I speak to you today, in most wards in Nigeria, they are not active. Those things they do politically, how they win elections and all whatnot, everybody knows that. They control the election machinery. And then you could hear President Jonathan, former, now he's saying that technology cannot solve our election problem. You don't talk about our election problem. Talk about your own problem, because PDP members knows the same chess or the same game that APC play. It's not new to anybody. What is going on, every player in PDP knows that.
So why are they not playing the same game at the same time?
They can't play the same game because they are still disagreeing over their 2023 presidential ticket.
2027, you mean?
No.
The 2023.
The one that just gone, the one Atiku won, is still a problem. Wike is not forgiving. That was why he played along with, for me, I think he played along with Damagun, the national chairman. But the national chairman is seeing what is happening. They've taken Edo. They will soon take another one. They will soon take another one. So pull out of the business of national unity government. Pull out of it immediately. MPP did it in 1982 before the coup of 1983. MPP was joined MPN national government, whatever. Okay, that produced some ministers and gave them opportunity of producing the Speaker House of Reps and things like that. But when MPP noticed that these people were consuming them, taking them one by one, they pulled out. So the best thing for PDP is to pull out of the APC national government. Let them run government.
There was a meeting between the G5 governors and the leadership of the PDP. And it does look like there might be some dynamics playing out that maybe we may not be aware of. Because Wike's involvement in this government might be double-edged sword for the APC. Because they could promise him the ticket for PDP, and then tomorrow he starts singing a different tune. Don't you see that possibility?
Well, all I know is that Wike can no longer be a governor, number one. Number two is that the only thing PDP can do for itself right now is to pull out of that government of national unity. Get Damagun to see the interest of the party first. Let him accept that these people will take their cheeks one by one. I mean states now. They will take their states one by one. One by one.
And that weakens the
and it weakens the party, because once your source of funding dwindles, then what do you do? So that is what is going on. So let the national chairman on his own convince himself. Solomon Law did that. The governorship primary of Enugu State in 1999, hit the wall. it was impossible. It was a battle between Dr. Chimaroke Nnamani, the one, I remember his name, there were three, was under Wodo, and then you had the, Dr. Waltoji that the PDM backed. So it was hell. But when it was too late to do, what they met, and then interest played out. You go, win, see the agreement, you take this, your group take this, your group take this, and you form the government. So Damagun need to consider the interest and survival of PDP now, because the party is off. By the time they take 5 states or 6 from your 13 or even 7, they're out to do that, because they're going somewhere. The problem is not Wike. The problem is the sole presidential ticket that somebody is eyeing and aiming to achieve. If they fail, PDP is still the breathing gas nozzle for Nigerians, politically. But if they fail, but for me, the quickest thing to do is get out of the government of national unity, which APC formed silently
with PDP.
With PDP.
Wow. So
that is the only basis any person can tell we can know. We suspended. You are this. You are that. For now, nobody can do that. That's what Wike is telling you, because he's sure of the plantings they did, the games, the exchanges they made. He's very sure of that. So when you talk, you say nobody born of. How dare you say nobody born of a woman?
So that means it has always been a plan all this while. It's been a continuous thing. It's
Politics,
something that they even did in 2023.
Politics is the business of conspiracy.
So, but then the way you have painted it, looks like there's no solution, basically, for the PDP. Because if the APC set out to weaken the opposition, it only means one thing. It's going to be a one-state country, and which spells doom for the country itself, because, I mean, you need a strong opposition, in order to check the government of the day. I mean, the little that Peter Obi has even done, I mean, you could thumbs him up, but it's just one out of so many. We've seen that he could losing steam, even though, he comes out to talk about issues. We haven't really seen him become really active when it comes to playing the opposition card. Since the 2023 elections happened. So you would think that if we were to go by what you have just said, we're just headed to a one-state country, which will spell doom for the country in the long run.
Yeah, that's exactly the train. Is still at the station, but I think that train is slowly, steaming, moving on the track with a view to gather motion. What you said is correct. The stakeholders of PDP should also have their own card. If this is not working, they should think of a new national party. If Damagun refuse to play their card, they should all consider a new deal. Just like the APC came. ACN, CPP, AMPP, they came together, and then you have the bubble, you have the bust, which is the APC today. And you remember what Jonathan took them for granted. Just like this PDP is taking them for granted too. President Jonathan took them for granted. He only described them as armored personnel carrier and said they will not do anything. But he forgot that there were people in that party that understand this business. The current president, President Bola Tinubu, is not a pushover, and there is nothing he has so desired. I told you once that during the Nadeko struggle, people like me were there, but we were not their big member. We were servants to most of them. So we know this man on one-on-one basis, and he's not a man that sets out for a deal and you tell him that it's not possible. Remember, he's the master, and then the apostle, and then prophet of grab, snatch, grab, run.
Just to wrap up now, what do you think, if you were to advise, what do you think that PDP can do right now to return its so-called glory, in order to at least even play the opposition card?
No glory missed has ever been returned. You can only talk about a new glory.
So it means forming a new glory.
So, what PDP should think of is, PDP should think about Nigerians. They should prioritize Nigerians. Unless if they are part of the pain. But if they are not part of the pain, they should have a new deal. And then, right now, they have 12 governors. By the time the other one is sworn in, PDP will be left with 12 states. And the APC is still moving. They might take the next one. They will be left with 11.
Which they have already threatened to do.
Yes. And they may also take the last one. It will leave them with 10 states. So if they have 10 governors, you don't need a full house for you to be everywhere. All you need is committed people. So my thinking is this. Let PDP hold serious meeting. There is need for PDP stakeholders to approach President Olusegun Obasanjo now, approach Ibrahim Badamasi, these are all PDP members, approach President Jonathan, because the presidents PDP produced are all in the country. So the first thing is to achieve unity among the first, the presidents they produced. Jonathan, Ibrahim was military, and then even Abdul Salam that flocks with them. So they have 4 clear former presidents. So why are they wobbling? So let them appeal to these men to guide them, to help them, whatever. And then their influence will play out in the country. What APC is doing today, if these 4 former presidents take one side, they will not be reckless as they are doing, in terms of whatever Nigerians consider as pain. Because after looking at the Edo election, I told myself and I said, Nigerians have adjusted to the pains. And they have accepted the pains in good faith. So, and they believe in the philosophy and ideology of the APC. So, whatever applied to Edo, a state I describe as Tower of Babel of Nigeria, will still happen in other states.
I'm even shocked that the OBJ hasn't written his
So
letter.
if they
write letters to presidents. So.
If they have not done that, if they don't do that, or if they do that, they can now bring their former senior presidents, all these things together, call them back, and say, we have offended each other. Let us have a new way and things like that. And you see some of them will be able to say, gentlemen, we need to change this thing. Either we bring in former existing political parties for a coalition, or we don't bring them in. Let's go for a brand new deal, which INEC will register. It doesn't take anything to register a new political party, but you have a new platform where you will have a national chairman that will be singing, that will be dancing to the All Progressive Congress tune. You have a national chairman that will be straight on with the New Deal. That was how APC achieved their own. They had Muhammadu Buhari, who was a former head of state. And then they knew his vote base. And then the trajectory of his presidential election vote base. They watched it, it was consistent, and then the people like the current president looked at it, he was in action class, and said, if we form this type of coalition and have this party, and then A means APP, P means Action Congress and whatever, and then you have C that represented CPP. That was how they got the APC brand. And then today, they still respect that. They somehow still come meeting of the foundation platforms that produce the APC. PDP no longer remember that they had PDM, that they had AP, because the other time, sometime I had a former Vice President Atiku say that PDP is the only political party. It's not true. PDP is a product of amalgams, in as much as PDM was the most senior partner
at the time.
So what they need now is to look at themselves. People like Chief Jimo Obodo is still there. He joined the party from SPP. Of course, less than one of them. That is from the Eastern Bloc. And then you have a lot of people from other parts, Yoruba or Soba and the rest of them. Go back and call back your men. They are there.
So Tony, we just have to leave it there because of time.
You're welcome.
Thank you so much for the insights on
You're
the
welcome.
crisis in the PDP. So we'll keep engaging on that and see where it takes us.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. All right, we're headed for a very short break. When we return, we'll switch gears. We'll talk about other things as it relates to the polity. Stay with us. This is Signature Morning.